this is Mona. I'm going to show you how I made my chicken bag. I can't remember the size of the last one, didn't write it down, and if I did, I don't know where I put it. So I got myself a notebook and I'm going to write it down in there. So let's get started. All right, so let me show you. So I put this, I have this backing, it's just old fabric I don't want. A piece of batting. I got my main piece in the middle that I want to center on the front of this bag. And then I cut a piece of strip, doesn't matter what size. I'm just going to go here and then flip it up. And then I'll decide where I want to go from there, what color, you know, just kind of make it up as I go. I'm going to take this whole piece over to my machine, and I'm just using cotton thread. And I'm going to line it up right there. You don't have to back tack, but I back tack everything. And I'm just going a 1/4 inch. I got my 1/4 inch foot on. Okay. And I don't use the electric cutter on mine because then when I start it seems to make a bird's nest on the bottom. So I'm not doing that. So now all I'm going to do is flip this over and finger press. I could just quilt as I go on this. But I like to do my quilting at the end when I know what I'm going to do. But I'm going to show you just what you can do. And I like to raise mine up to like a 3. I'm just going to quilt that down. And then I'm just going to go up here, go over a little bit. And I'm just eyeballing it. This doesn't have to be perfect. If you want it perfect, you can measure. I'm just showing you this part to show you how you could quilt it as you go. And then when you're all done, it's already quilted. But I like to do it when I'm done. And you don't need to back stitch. It's just a habit I haven't been able to break. So at least I know my stitches won't come out. Now the rest of these I am not going to quilt as I go. Alright, so there. Now I'm going to get my next piece, which I think I want to go all the way around in red. So I'm just going to lay it on top of there, a little bit over. You don't want to come up short. Find my scissors. And you can, if you don't want to quilt as you go, you can do this without the batting. You can just sew all these pieces together. You can do it on just the fabric, or you can just do it without anything and sew it on and then quilt it after, just like you would any other quilt. But I didn't do this that way on the last one. I think I quilted it all and then I used fusible fleece. But I can't remember. Because that's the beauty of this. You don't have to follow any rules. And I learned this on Marie's Scrappy Creations. This style bag. And then you're just going to fold it over. And you could press, but this is nice and straight, so I'm not going to. But I am going to do this whole thing if I have enough, which I do. So let me put this up here a little bit. But I'm going to line it up with the black. See how the red sticks over? So I don't need to go all the way to there. All right, and that should be enough for that side, and yes it is. So I'm going to do the same thing, bring it over to the machine, put my thing underneath. And you don't need the backing. I'm going to be using waterproof canvas for the lining. But I'm just showing you this way. I have this material to use up. Although I think I'm going to use it for the back of the chicken block swap quilt. Okay, now we're going to clip that. And you don't have to take it off every time. You can just do this right on your machine. You can just flip it up and do it over. And I spray basted the padding on here so it's not going to go anywhere. So, but I should have done the stripes here, but like I said, I'm not going to. I like to do mine after, because then I can do it any which way I want. I'm going to get off this selvage. Okay, now I'm going to lay this here. Same thing. I'm going to sew it, and then I'll trim that piece off after. And I'm going to line it up to the black. Let me make sure I got enough down there. Oh yeah, plenty. Line it up to the black. Okay, now I'm going to just flip this over, and I'm going to cut off the parts that are too big, even with the other ones. So I'm just going to go along here. Just don't go through your stitches or the batting. There, that's done. This one's just that corner, which I don't even have to cut. I could have just sewed over that. All right, and let's go here. And here. Now, I think I do like those little lines, so I think I am going to do lines here and here. But I think I went over. Well, it doesn't matter. There must not have been that much border on this side. Or I didn't have it correct, but that's okay. I'm just going to do a line right on this side and go down. And the same over here. Different colored thread. I'm just using all white on this. But you can certainly change out your thread. Okay, now I'm going to go right along here in the ditch. Actually, no, because I didn't do that on the other one, so. Alright. Now I am going to do this one. there. I leave all the threads long, just move them out of the way because I like to pull them to the back and tie them off. And I'm not measuring because this is just a scrappy bag, so anything goes. Alright, that's it for there. Alright, what do I want to do next? My chicken's looking pretty darn good, if I do say so myself. I think I want this all the way across the top. So let me see. Yep, so I do want that across the top. So now I'm going to work on the sides. What colors I want here and what colors there. No. This could use that. Could use this. No, I don't like that. Nope, don't like that. Do I like this? I kind of do like that. So, let's do it down one side, because I want the other. I definitely want this green. Maybe I should do, no, that's too much like Christmas. So, I'm going to take the salvage off. And then I'm just going to put it on here and go right down and sew that on. And I'm not going to quilt that part because I want to do squiggly lines. Got too much there. Alright, now I'm going to cut this off, this piece off of here, right along there, press it open, and on these sides over here, that's where I'll be adding little pieces of the different colors. I think. I don't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure. Alright, those gotta stay there. Now, I'm gonna do the same thing here. Okay, put it this way. And we're gonna sew this on. Line her up and stitch her on down. And like I said, if you want to do all these, and the pieces don't even have to be straight. They just have to be on there. And if you want to quilt each one as you go right ahead. It usually is easier if you do it as you go, but like I said, I'm not going to. Now I just need to cut off this little piece at the top. Not with those scissors though. There we go. Alrighty. And this was square when I started because I even measured it, but it doesn't matter, doesn't matter. No. Yeah, I want that and that at the top. So, what do I want on these edges? Alright, so I'm going to add this piece on here. I need to work in my green. Where's that piece I wanted at the top? I only need a tiny bit at the top. I kind of like this better. Uh-oh, that's not even on the thing. Yep, see how it's over? So I gotta seam rip that and get it over where it belongs. Over here so that it's lined up with that piece. And make sure your backing's not getting gobbledygooked or wonky. Alright, get up there. Is that so? No, that's not selvage. But that fabric has a little bit of a hole in it there. So I'm gonna cut that off. There we go. And, you know, I am not the quilt police. I don't do things by the rules, so, that's it. I don't do things by the rules. All right, now I'm gonna do this piece here. That's kind of, I'm gonna start on the other end. It doesn't look quite as wonky. And get it up there. Oh, and it has some holes at the end, so. There we go. Just make sure it's lined up. See that one over. So we gotta do it here. Keep it lined up. Sometimes you have to take a little bit bigger of a seam allowance, but it's no big deal. Oops, not the right scissors. All right, now, here we go. That's what we got so far, besides all those threads that I have to pull to the back. And we got that, which we will even all up when we're ready. Now I need to decide, and I thought I decided on green on the top. So I'm gonna have to go here straight across in order to have it even. So let me just, okay. Yeah, there we go. Make sure this is all the way over. I'm gonna start over here even though I know it's off the thing. And like I said, I'm gonna move it. Gotta move it this way. Now, mind you, it's only going to have a tiny bit of green up there, you know, just a slim piece. Now, I don't want green at the bottom. I think one green is enough. I'd like to have some purple or pink. It's going to be wild looking, I'll tell you. Okay, that's what it is. Now I'm just going to go right down here. Same thing, zoom it on in. But I got to get it to where, you know, everything is covered and halfway straight. So let's see, we can go here to here. And here, yep, that'll work. Make sure it goes to the edge. We need a little bit more. All right, now move it over. There we go. I'm gonna start off this edge. Alright, this one's done except for the quilting, so I'm going to give it a good press, and that'll be it. Although, this edge over here, but that'll be in the seam allowance. So, it's nowhere near straight, which is fine. So, I'm going to get it nice and flat, and then I'm going to start quilting this. Like here, I'll go stitch in the ditch, and then oh, it is on 3. And yes, this curve, so I gotta follow the curve. I got that stitched in the ditch. Now, I'm just gonna do some wavy lines all the way. I should get out my walking foot, but I'm not going, or not my walking foot. My, oh, I forgot that whole thing isn't, it's only the edge. So I think that'll be it for there. Because it'll get cut off. know, and we can do another one down there. So that's what we'll do. We'll start here and do another wave. Okay, there's that one done. So you get the idea. Alright, let's just get this off of there. Okay, I've got the first panel done. I am going to add a little, I think, some hand quilting in here. Now, I'm going to do the same thing with this one, but I am just going to do diagonal strips on the back. Okay, I'm working on the back. I have the front done, except I need to trim it. So, I am just going to do some triangle lines. Need to find one big enough to go across. I don't know, I kind of like this blue. So I'm just going to lay it here from corner to corner, and then I need another one to go with it. And I really don't want all these blacks, and I don't want the same ones that are on the front. So I'm going to go more with the green. Yep, it comes out. There we go. There's some scraps. Got that one. No, I don't want that one. What's this? Whales. No, no whales. No, I don't like that either. Ooh, a purple. I like that, but that don't really match. I'll save that one. There. This is a maybe. I'll leave you out for a maybe. Oh, this goes in the brown pile. Need another kind of greenish. I kind of like that green because it matches the top. Both sides don't actually have to be the same, you know. So I think that's what I'm going with. Let's see what. This might be a little too bright, but I don't know. So I'm just going to lay these on top of here. I don't know about that one either. So, alright, now we're going to take this one and lay it right on top of here. Right on the edge. You can pin it if you want. I'm not going to. Then I'm just going to stitch all the way down. Take this over, and we're doing it on the diagonal. Just make sure your edges are lined up. Doesn't matter if it's and don't pull on your fabric. Doesn't matter if the strips are even. This is just, I'm going to quilt this wonky too. So, well, not wonky, but wavy. And then it's going right to there. There's a kink in there. Let's give her a little tug. All right. Okay. Now we're going to cut the excess off. Okay, I got it lined up and sewn. I'm just sewing or taking off the edges, setting those aside. Gonna do the same thing over here. Just line it up and cut it off. I think my rotary cutter is getting a little loose. It is. All right, now we're just going to open it up. Make sure you caught everything. And then we're going to do the same thing on this side. I don't know, that might be a little too bright. Yeah, a little too bright. A little too dark. But that's what's going over there is that. Let's see what else. No, too dark, too much contrast. I kind of like this one. Don't ask me why, but I do. So I'm going to line this one up. And I'm going to stitch all the way down here. And we're going to stitch as soon as I find where belaying starts. I'm going to stitch right there. And I'm going to make sure it's lined up as I go, because these are scrap strips. They're not exactly 2.5, because I buy strip packs from my Fabric Addiction one on Etsy. Okay. Leaders and enders. Now we're going back over here. We're going to fold this over, open it up. And this time I'm not going to trim that. I'll wait till I'm done. And then I kind of really like this dark purple there. Don't ask me why, but I do. So that's what I'm doing. And if you want to use pins, you can. I'm just not going to, because every time I use pins, I get stabbed. Just make sure. And you really should iron this in between, but for time's sake, I'm not doing it because the video would take forever. So I'm just kind of finger pressing along the batting. Just make sure you line it up. It starts there, so I'm going to start just on the other side. So when I trim it up, I don't cut off my stitches. I think this was supposed to go on the other side, but doesn't really matter. Okay, there we go. There's that one. So I'm going to line it up with that purple. Make sure it's flattened out. So it's going to line up right there. Okay, there's that one. Flowers here. Line it up. Let's get you up there out of the way. Alright, let's get you on. Continue sewing the strips until the batting is full on both sides. Alright, this is what I have so far on the back. It's just a bunch of strips, all different colors. Now, see all those hanging off? I'm going to trim that. I'm going to trim the other one, and then I'll just sew up the bag. Alright, I finished my bag. This is the front. This is the back. I redid the back because I didn't think the other colors went with it. I'm out of waterproof canvas. I made a zipper pocket. It's got a sewing machine zipper pull on it. And I didn't have enough to make I usually make a zip or a slip pocket all the way across. I didn't have enough of this, but I have enough to put a phone or your sunglasses in there. So what you're going to do is take your two lining pieces, sew down this end, at this end and up, leave a hole in the bottom for turning. And you're going to do the same thing for this. So down both sides and across the bottom, and then you'll sew your corners, square your corners. And I just have to put a magnetic snap on, and then I'll meet you back here when I'm done. I sewed the lining together and the main together, sewed all the corners, then I put the main inside the lining, right sides together, and sewed all the way around. And now I am basting on the handles. Hi, Henry. We're still busy, dude, so don't start. Ooh, that lined up pretty good. Woohoo, yeah. Now, this is my cheat. I'm just going back in because I left the hole on the bottom to make it easier instead of just going through the pocket. So now I just pull that bottom through the pocket over here and then sew it. And it's easier, usually. And then you don't see the seam on the bottom. Yep, that's the bottom one. I wanted to make sure it wasn't the pocket I was sewing. So this is the very bottom of the bag. And now I'm just going to sew right there and then shove it back in. And then all I have to do is close the pocket up. Well, and top stitch. Let's shove you back through. And see, now the bottom's all done. Okay, now I just got to stitch, top stitch all the way around, and it's done. Okay, now I'm just going to top stitch all the way around the bag. Okay, it's all done. This is the back. This is the front. Poke out that corner. It's all quilted. It has handles, the webbing handles. Has an electronic snap, or magnetic snap. It has a zipper pocket with a sewing machine zipper pull, and it also has a little slip pocket. Goodness.